Well, I always told Gina after we first worked together on The Secret Life of Bees, I said, whatever you want from me, I'm there. She's one of the few people that can, before she give me the script, get a yes. I know her integrity, I know her work ethic, I know her talent, so it just made it really easy to say yes even before I know. But then when I read the script and saw what it was standing for, the idea of love and sustainable love from two people that were being pulled in opposite directions, it made it that much easier to be involved. For me, I choose things that are empowering. I refuse to allow any piece of work to emasculate me for very specific reasons. So yeah, and like that kind of shrinks the pool of available material, but the material that that I am blessed to do is material that I can be proud of, that my kids can watch, that my grandmother can watch, and I think that those are the things that over time create legacy. Yeah. Not that every film I'm going to do is going to have spiritual saying and tobacco filled, but I do think it's important that I recognize that I am my own identity. I am a man of African descent, and there has been a plight of people that look like me in this country, so it is my responsibility to do films that speak to that, for better or worse. I think criticism can be good. I think that we have the right to be critical. I think that being critical kind of unlocks some of these taboo forces that push down our dirty laundry. I think that sometimes, I think that we should be empowered enough to have opinions about ourselves, because in doing so, we air out things that need to be changed. So yeah, I'm producing and directing and starring in a film about Nat Turner's life, and it's called The Birth of a Nation, and we start filming it in September. And I'm very excited about it. It's the first true representation of resistance that we will have. We have films that, are fictional, we have Django, but I think it's important for us to recognize that we don't have to fictionalize anyone. All we need to do is look into our history to see that there were heroes that stood on our behalf. A very close friend told me, you get one really. You get one biopic really. And Nat Turner, if I never did another movie for whatever reason, I just created a curriculum and travel around and educate. So Nat Turner for me is the one. If it's God's will that there's someone else that I can play, then I'll kind of feel those as they come. Absolutely, I'm very much interested in getting behind the camera and staying behind the camera. I've shot a number of short films, and this will be my first feature attempt with Nat Turner. But that's what I want to do. I want to have the control. I mean, you look at Spike Lee, who's a mentor and a friend. Spike said, I'm not going to wait for anyone. It was an independent film, do the right thing. She's got to have it to go back further, where he said, I'm going to tell this story in the way that I want to tell it. And he wrote and directed and starred and produced. Very much an influence in my life. Well, anything worth having is hard work. I think that it's been difficult to endure in this country as a black man for generations. So everything's hard. But nothing is impossible, especially with faith. So I think that it's important that, I try my very best to stand in a way that the next young sister or young brother can say, okay, well, that's how he did it, because I stand on the shoulders of, and from the artistic perspective, Denzel and Sidney Poitier and Robeson and, we can just, and Garvey, we can go all the way back. And Baldwin, there were just so many people that stood before us that were extraordinary, that paved the way for us. So, I mean, it's big shoes, but, I stand up every day and I feel like my feet grow a little bit more.